Let's talk about what should be the creme de la creme of the Giants 2025 season here. And that's the pass rush. I got to ask, will the pass rush be elite? And this comes from Dalton Wasserman of the Pro Football Focus. He says, led by superstar defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence and edge rushers Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau, the Giants ranked 7th in the NFL in PFF pass rush grade. By the way, guys, for all the crap, I got to pause that quote for a second because all the crap I keep hearing about how much our defense is the problem and Shane Bowen has to go. 7th. You name me one other thing we were 7th at in the entire league.
Losses. Oh wait,
besides most turnovers and things like that. Like I'm just saying, positive stat. We were the top 10 in the NFL. It's hard to find last year.
There we go.
The defense had one. Leave Shane Bowen alone. So he said, in addition to that excellent group, the team added Penn State's Abdul Carter with the 3rd overall pick in the 2025 NFL draft. Carter earned an elite 92.4 PFF pass rush grade while accruing 66 pressures and 13 sacks last season. He and 3rd-round draft pick Darius Alexander should bolster New York's defensive line in a big way. First off, thank you, Dalton, for including Darius Alexander because I feel like he keeps getting lost in the soul shuffle at that point. Like I get it. We added Abdul Carter. I think Darius Alexander is in a really nice spot here. Sitting next to Dexter Lawrence, not having to worry too much on double teams, getting, a great place to be to start his career. Like, let's be honest here. Does anyone here in the panel think that Darius Alexander is going to get double teamed at any point this year, basically?
No.
Like, seriously. Do you think at any point you go, hey, you're our best blocker. Go on Darius Alexander. Like, he is in a perfect position as a rookie to start off with. And then you throw in, again, Abdul Carter, who, again, we keep saying in this show, temper the expectations because he's a rookie. I don't want people going in with you have to have 10 sacks, you have to have 20, QB hits. Like, no, let him be him, and let's see what he is. He's a rookie. We don't know what he is. But what we do know is he's an upgrade over Azeez Ojulari. He's an upgrade over Timon Fox. He's an upgrade over Boogie Basham, which is not saying much at all, but that he is.
Yeah.
The only one of those three that was really any good, was really Azeez Ojulari, who was a pass rush specialist, is what he was. Horrible against the run. Carter doesn't have that problem. Carter also can cover. Ojulari couldn't do that. So it's an upgrade. Yeah. We upgraded at very key components while we already had it as a strength. Plus having Dexter Lawrence all year long, who was on a historical tear from as far as Giants defensive tackles. I won't go NFL defensive tackles, but you can make the claim that if it wasn't for the injury, Dexter Lawrence could have very easily had the best season of any defensive tackle in Giants history.
Hands down.
I mean, I think, we mentioned on the show yesterday, Sneaky, Keith Hamilton had the 1 year of double-digit sacks, and he was a great player. When I look at all-time great defensive tackles that I've seen in Giants uniforms, Keith Hamilton's right there for me because the man was just underrated because he always played next to some of the bigger names. Obviously, they get sacks and get the attention, but he still was a pass rusher in an era that defensive tackles didn't pass rush. He still was a damn good run stopper, and he was a leader of that defense. Dexter Lawrence is also all those things to the next degree.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely to the next degree. So, yeah, can this be elite? Yes.
Yes.
And it's all going to be based on one thing, the injuries. Can these guys stay healthy? Because Kayvon's had the injury bug his career, going back to college even. Dexter Lawrence coming off of an injured season, though he's been healthy primarily otherwise. You got some questions there. Abdul Carter, we don't know what he is. Darius Alexander, we don't know what he is.
I think I'm going to speculate here. This is purely just my opinion. I have no way to back this up, but I honestly believe if we were in contention last year, I don't think you could take Dex off the field. Yeah. I don't think he would have gotten off the field.
Say that about a lot of players, I feel like.
I mean, I'm not too familiar. I can't recall the severity of his injury. But if you don't mind looking that up real quick, Drew.
I'm already doing it. You know that.
I just feel there's a good possibility he would have played through that if we were in contention.
Dislocated elbow.
Oh, yeah. Just put some duct tape and Gorilla Glue. You good.
Yeah. Pop that shit back in place and let's go.
eat some grass. He'd be
Yeah.
all right.
Rip some dirt on it.
Right.
And that's funny. That's all it says is dislocated elbow. And usually you don't go out for a whole year for that. But I mean, again, where we're at in the season, why would you risk let him heal up right?
More
Let him
injury,
start
yeah.
right.
Especially since that year you give him an extension on a contract too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
You're gonna want
a football move.
Yeah. Let's see here. There was another comment I wanted to pull up here because I'm a bit confused. Michael Houseflog says, "No way, you guys lost key defensive players. Who did we lose on defense?"
No, you got to follow it. They were going back and forth with another commenter about do we sweep the Eagles or not.
Oh,
They'll go 1-1, and he said no way because they lost.
I was confused. I saw that comment. I was coming up like, who did we lose? We lost Jason.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Jason Pinnock is probably the biggest offseason loss.
We talked about that Monday.
Yeah, like that's and then again we upgraded. So yeah, like I said, this defense. I'm telling you guys, and you got to include we talked the pass rush because we talk in the reverse route. Having Paulson Adebo there, having Javon Holland there, having guys who are better at covering will also help the pass rush. It gives them a longer shot to get to the quarterback. So you throw in the rookies, you throw in a healthier Brian Burns, who was hurt for much of that year last year, guys. And really, if you didn't hear much of it from him, but you heard it from everybody who was actually in the locker room and the media afterwards, seeing all the hurt and pain he was going through at the end of the games. That guy warriored through that season. I give him a lot of credit because that's a season that, quite frankly, most people would not even try to warrior through. Right. Just sit on the IR and call it a day. And I feel like half our roster did. So I give him credit for that.
Probably more than that.
So him being healthy, like I said, and having better coverage, there's no reason this can't be elite. If this was top 7 in the NFL last year,
all these injuries,
with all the injuries, not having these additions, having much worse pass coverage, there's no reason this can't be a top 3 pass rush in the NFL next year.
Oh, easy.
Which is what I consider elite. If you want to say elite, you got to be top 3. There's no reason this can't be.
I'm really excited to see the Phillips and our new pickup, the safety from
Javon Holland.
Yeah, Holland.
Who's a great cover guy, by the way. Guys, look at how many years we wanted somebody who can cover a tight end.
And then Debo. Matter of fact, Tiki was talking about Debo yesterday on the show.
Yeah, Paulson Adebo is like he said it was a beast size wise and all too. Like he said he looked like a linebacker from far away.
This defense is going to be easily top. I mean, and the type of defense we have. I mean, you said yourself we were what, 7th? You said in takeaways.
No, seventh in pass rush PFF rating.
Okay, and that was with the youngest defense last year, and now that same defense got that 1 year experience in, so it's going to be exciting this year.
Oh yeah, going to be a lot of fun. Let's talk about Brian Burns though, because he had a little talk here about Abdul Carter. We talked about before expectations with Abdul Carter, and again, I tell people all the time, keep them tempered. But I get it why fans get excited about this kid because obviously the comparisons to Micah Parsons are right there. Giants fans feel like we kind of should have taken Micah Parsons when we had the chance ourselves in the draft. And obviously hindsight 2020, we should have. But this is coming, like I said, directly from Brian Burns. Actually, Madeline Burke put this on X. She said, Giants defensive end Brian Burns on his early impressions of Abdul Carter. So far, he's everything I expected. He's very twitchy, explosive. So, and then Burns described what Carter adds to the pass rush group. He said, we all have different things we're good at. He adds a different flavor to it. So, first off, great answer by Burns because he did it without making it seem like this isn't a collective thing. And I love that they're preaching this collective pass rush thing. That's great. And like I said, I just love to see positivity, guys. It's like how many years have been since we've seen positivity? Like it's just absolutely insanity, and I love seeing it. But again, I gotta question how much we need to expect of Abdul Carter this rookie year, because most pass rushers don't hit the ground running. Really, it takes a year or two. Like you don't come into it like you don't have a season like Micah Parsons had his rookie year. Like remember Javon Curse back in the day with the Titans and what he did. Like you don't have that kind of season as a rookie very often.
You know what I appreciate what Abdul Carter did. He did not, but basically what he said, he's going to feed you. In my mind, I'm thinking he's going to feed you a pork chop with a baked potato, but in reality, there's a good possibility chance you're going to get a steak and lobster type meal. You know, he's not giving you the high expectations. Like you said, he's just keeping it monotone.
And that's what he needs to be.
He's doing what we need him to do, and he's everything I expect him to be. Now, what is his expectations compared to our expectations is of course, it's subjective, right? I mean, we want him to go in there and break, maybe not break Strahan's all-time sack,
Break it
record, but just come a half a sack short, but we do know that's not realistic for a rookie.
Listen, he can break it and have Mark Gastineau crying in the stands during the whole process. I want Brett Favre to randomly be there for the coin toss and get tackled by him on the field. Like, that's what I want.
Right.
Like, Brett Favre's like, you can tackle me. It's like a new Giants tradition. But like I said, I love the positivity out of him. I don't know what to expect to him there, really. I don't want to put any specific expectations. Here's what I want. I want him to create an impact of some kind. That's my only goal I have for him.
Of course. Yeah.
But I'm saying that's my reasonable goal, because I don't want to go too crazy for a rookie in a position that people don't succeed in rookie year, who's going to deal with competition at his own position, and we don't know where he's going to play. He could be lining up a linebacker quite often, guys.
Right.
Like,
well, okay. Well, let me just come and ask you point blank. How many sacks would you be satisfied with Carter this year? If he would hit this certain mark, this magic number that you have, you'd be like, okay, yeah.
I'm going to tell you point blank that my number is probably a little lower than most people. I would say even at 5 or 6.
See, I was actually going to say 7. I was going to say 7.
I was going to say 6.5.
6.5. 6 3/4. So,
but yeah, I mean, if he could get 7 sacks, and I'm not going to talk about the tackles. That's different. But the pressures.
I just want to see good tape.
Yeah.
That's what I really want. I want to see good tape. I want to see him, what he does as far as a coverage guy, because he's very good in coverage as well. People forget that part of it. I want to see him be able to cover running backs. I want to see him get to the quarterback. I want to see him even push the quarterback out of the pocket and help somebody else get a sack. I just want to see positive results and impact in the field. That's all I want. I hate putting exact numbers on people like that. I think it's just, especially as a rookie, it's just a little insane. And unfortunately, you just keep on seeing it. And a lot of it is the talking heads that, again, this is a slower time of the year. They're looking for stuff to talk about, and they're just talking out of the tuchus here. Like they're, Ace Ventura trying to ask you a question. Like, that's just what it is.
So you were talking about good tape, right? On Carter. Now, and I just want to ask you this question, Drew. Is this something that you would think that this was a negative impact on Thibodeau, because he realistically, other than his double sack season, had 2022. Actually, the last year Wink was there, and the fact that some people are saying he was lacking effort, and there is bad tape. Do you think that affects Thibodeau more so now than ever?
No, I think that actually, if anything, has a positive take on him. Because let's be honest, what does Thibodeau love more than Thibodeau?
Thibodeau.
That man's got a very healthy to borderline unhealthy ego. He's got some self-love going on there.
I will say this about, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Drew.
Very good.
He's a good dude, because there was an event when he was down here at AT&T.
Yeah.
The fan asked for him for his autograph. He left, and then he said, I'd come right back. And you know what? He sure did.
Yep.
I got to give him that.
And there's a difference between having an ego and being a jerk. Let me be very clear on that. I don't think he's a jerk in any way, shape, or form, but I think he loves himself.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And
it's just, like there's the borderline where it goes too far.
And again, with Thibodeau, you look at what happened last year when Azeez Ojulari had to go in the spot. You look at all the rushing yards we gave up, how much we couldn't even set the edge trying to protect against the run. You look at the fact that while he was there, again, you got 43 games he's played in. He's got 21 sacks. That's a sack every other game, guys.
Yeah.
Most teams take that in a freaking heartbeat, and then throw in the fact that you've seen an obvious difference with or without him on the field against the run. I can't see that. I don't understand the hate on him, except for the fact that I feel like some people are comparing him to the draft position as opposed to what he's doing in the field.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the problem. You can't do that. This is why I keep saying that expectations. And that's why I say that I actually use Thibodeau when I talk about Abdul Carter. Because Abdul Carter, 3rd overall pick, Kayvon, 5th. You know, I got 4 up, 5.
Yeah.
Long day. 5. It's like a foot long sandwich at Subway. But it's like it's realistic to say that there's no guarantee that Carter becomes a great player either. Because Kayvon is an above average player in this league, guys. He's not great, he's not elite. He's an above average player. Now, can he develop? Certainly. We talked about it the other day. He's 24 years old. He's still young, even though he's been now 3 years in this league. He's the same age as half the kids that got drafted, a couple months ago. So, like I said, I'm not no means giving up on him by any means saying he can't be elite. Right now, he's above average. And having a guy around him like Burns is going to help him. Having, Dexter Lawrence healthy the whole season will help him. Having Abdul Carter is going to help him. And like I said before, this pass rush, flat out, I expect it to be absolutely elite.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
If you like that clip,
then you will love the full episodes too.
Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.